This is a great question, and I am so glad that you asked it, because we all want to know how to find out if she's gay. So in my experience, the best way to find out if never fear, I have an answer. And I think that the first thing that you should ask yourself, maybe glance down at her shoes. Does she carry her keys on a carabiner? The first thing, hypothetically, if you approached a woman and you wanted to know if she was gay, the best thing to do would be to, I would just ask her if she's gay. It can only go one of two ways. So
I was literally, the whole time she was talking, I was like, well, what I would do was just ask. Just ask, because it's like nowadays, especially if she's a STEM, feminine presenting, then yeah, you can't really tell. You're not going to tell. It's some females, especially the bisexuals, you can tell. You can tell when a female is bisexual. You really can. They're so obvious. Lucky guys, but y'all are very obvious. Y'all are very obvious. But when it comes to gay women, lesbians, I feel like it's the way they carry themselves. But honestly, if they're a film, it's kind of hard to really tell, because I feel like if I saw myself out and about in person, I would immediately clock me as gay. Immediately. But that's just me. And it might be because I know I'm gay. But my swag, I just feel like I'm reading hippie, homeless person. Because sometimes I just be out there. Because it'd be like a homeless person who got swag. Or like, no, the swag, it reads millionaire. You know those millionaires that be dressing like homeless people? There it is. I'm a millionaire, that be dressing a little homeless sometimes. And you'll either get this swag, this hippie, or you'll get this baddie. It's either one. It's not really anything in between. It's just like, oh, this is a hippie, damn, she a baddie. So yeah. Nails, maybe now I feel like now females that get their nails done, they do that, the short fingers right there, they do that now. So that's a thing. I remember when that became a trend, and I was just like, I thought everyone just did that, or just get short nails. I feel like I would just get short nails, because that does look a little interesting. But it's a dead giveaway. I feel like all us lesbian femmes that wear nails, if we just did that, bam, problem solved. I feel like there's other ways, but I just can't think of them right now. Maybe, I don't know, because I feel like the way somebody walks and carries themselves could be testament to it. How they style their hair, their neck. I feel like neck really gives it away. It's like, what's that got to do with it? That neck give it away, girl. What that neck do? I feel like with certain people, I can tell by their neck. If I go to my it sounds crazy, but just think about it. Look at lesbian women necks. Look at their necks. Look at women's necks. If you see, like, it's a certain type of neck. Like, look at my neck. You see my neck? Look at my neck. It reads gay. So yeah. I feel like necks and fingernails, swag, what kind of clothes are going on. Because I was like, yeah, shoes couldn't be it really. Because there's some feminine straight girls that wear Jordans. I don't really see that often. But yeah, it could be that. I feel like if a female's wearing Chuck Taylors, that could be a sign. Could be. But yeah. Just ask them. It's that simple. Just ask. Yeah.
Get rid of with me while I tell you the time I came out to my father as transgender and he disowned me. It's March the 2nd. My mother just died February the 25th, and I went to her funeral, and I saw my dad for the first time in forever. I don't talk to my dad because, I heard that he's homophobic, and, I don't have time to deal with no homophobia because, I like to fight people over that. You get what I mean? When I was saying my goodbye, speech or whatever at my mama's funeral or whatever, I'm all dolled up and everybody's looking like, who is this girl, talking about, sorry, mommy, love you, mommy, and stuff like that. So everybody's whispering, talking about, oh, that's Isaiah, he's transgender, he goes by she, her now. He want to be a girl now. So I ended up getting the Uber or whatever back to the house or whatever. It took literally an hour. I spent like $100 on that Uber to go home because like I couldn't deal with all the emotions no more. With me storming out of the building or whatever, and everybody's looking at me like I'm just causing a scene, my dad ended up, he was like, wait. So before I got into the Uber, he told me, call him or whatever, and he gave me his number. I saved this number and I never called this man because, like, you just now want to talk to me all because, everybody's talking about me in the church or whatever, like, I don't run like that, especially in my family. I'm at home now, a few days done passed and it's March the 2nd now or whatever. I get this DM on Facebook or whatever and this man said, hey, or whatever. I'm like, who the freak is this? I see he has the same, last name as me. So I'm just like, maybe this is just one of my family members trying to say their condolences, acting like they really feel sorry or whatever. I open it, I'm texting the man, and I'm just like, who are you? He's like, I'm your daddy, little dude. You never hit me back up. I can't cuss on her, y'all. I asked him, what's up? I was like, what you want? Because, I don't fool my family like that or whatever. So we chit-chatting. He's like, I want to rekindle. I know we don't have a bond. And I know I left you at McDonald's. I know you're still mad at me about that, but can we talk? And he kept dead naming me, child. I have good in my heart, though. So I said, yeah, of course we can. Because, I'm bored and I ain't got nothing else to do. Dad ended up coming swing. He came and scoots me or whatever. And so I'm all dolled up. And the man's face was priceless.
So you want to be a girl now? Because that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, what does it look like? I got a bra on, mommy milkers is showing. Like, what does it look like? So I asked him, I'm like, what do you have me here for? Like, what do you really want? He's gonna freaking sit over here and say,
I'll accept you with open arms, but you can't be doing that gay stuff around me.
what do you mean?
Like, you just can't be dressing like a woman. Like, that's weird. And I want custody of you, but I'm not going to take custody of you if you sitting over here dressing like this.
So I was taken back. I was like, so what if I don't?
Then I'm going to disown you. You're not going to be my son.
I was never your son to begin with. My mother took care of me day and night. So we get into an argument. I said, take me home because I don't have time to talk about it. He took me home. I slammed the door and get out his car. And I blocked him and never talked to him after that. This is a little story time of me cutting off my dad. He don't like gay people. But let me tell you guys this. Always have respect for yourself at the end of the day. Don't be sitting here living for everybody else because they're not in your shoes. Period, point blank. Bye, loves.
Look, when she first started out with her makeup, I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But in my head, I don't know if y'all saw it on my face. I was like, trust the process, boo. Trust the process. Because that's what I be doing when I do my makeup. When I first do it, it'd be like, But you gotta let it sit. You gotta let it rest. You gotta let it take it in. And then it's like, bitch, I'm coming out. Yay! Looking fine as hell. Yay! So yeah, that was cute. That beat was everything. I was just like, ooh, the gems. Like, people got time. I don't have time for all of that. I'm gonna do my eyebrows, fill them in, put some lashes on, and let's go. Like, that's all I do now. Now that I've been fasting and cleaning up my diet, I don't eat meat no more. My skin is popping. Like, I don't have to put on no blemish control. Like, I don't have blemishes. I don't have to put on foundation or anything. Maybe hide the mustache. But other than that, I don't gotta do all that other stuff. It's like a quick, fill in the eyebrows, lashes, let's go. Like, it's that simple. It's beautiful. But back in the day, I used to dabble in some makeup, just having fun and put the wings and everything. Now I ain't got time for that. We're doing all that natural, that simple. That's simple. But that looked really good on her. Like, that wig was everything. I can see what your dad was seeing. You got his car looking like a whole woman. Girl, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do, how to act. He was just like, I got this beautiful daughter. He didn't want to admit that. That's all that was. It was just silly. I feel like when my brother's dad found out that I was gay, he was on some other stuff too. And I was just like, I've already disowned this guy a long time ago. He came at me sideways, talking out the side of his neck, and I was just like, I ain't gonna expand on what he said because it wasn't the greatest, and my mom could be watching it. My mom's that type. She that type of woman. She don't play about her baby. She don't play, especially when it comes to him. She do not play. What? Still on child support, and she is what? About to be 30. So that says a lot. My mom's like, oh no, that's cute. That's cute. So yeah, I can imagine how his face was. Well, he's used to seeing you as his son. I guess he's never seen you. Well, he had to have probably seen you. I don't know what that situation was. But I'm pretty sure your mom told him about you. And he probably saw pictures from when you was a baby and all this other stuff and when you was a young man. Now you're a beautiful woman. He don't know how to act. I think that's what that was. He ain't know how to act. So, yeah, that's real wild, friend, how homophobic it is. I feel like you can't be homophobic when it's your child. Like, you can't. It's what? That's you. That's you. That's you. Half of you. And the person you fell in love with or enough to, peanut inside them. And, have a meet you. So, yeah, I feel like you just can't. It don't make sense why you would be. This is you, literally. Like, this is a piece of you. So, if you're homophobic around about your own child, you just don't love yourself. That's the reality of it. There's a little part of yourself that you just don't love or something, because I know you see yourself in your child. So there's some demons that you need to sort out clearly. If you homophobic against your own child. But I'm sorry you had to go through that, friend. I'm sorry about your loss. I wish he would have stepped up and been the person that you need him to be, the father you needed him to be, especially during that time. Like, yo, come on, you my only parent right now. My other parent went on to heaven. You're here down on earth with me, so I need you to be here with me, So I hate that it didn't work out. I hate that he couldn't be mature enough, the parent, to take care of his responsibilities and be there for you despite the homophobia, which is wild to me when it's your child. Like, but yeah, friend, you look good. Beat that face.
The first girl I ever dated got sent to conversion therapy. And it was fucking wild to see the way that transformed her forever. Essentially what happened is we were literally 14 years old. At the end of 8th grade, her mom found text messages between us. I essentially freaked out and then told her that she was gonna send her to sleepaway camp, but it ended up being a literal conversion therapy camp. I, by the way, had no knowledge of any of this happening until she texted me to call her immediately. She essentially told me that all gay people go to hell and she's no longer gay because she needs to get into heaven. After that call, she became this super devout Christian that was gay people burn at the stake. And I just think it shows the impact that conversion therapy has. This is someone that knew that she was queer at a very, very young age. It was how detrimental to queer kids, because
wow, because that's at an impressionable age right there. So I can see how I would love to see how that played out in her life, how it affected her, because I feel like she could have been fighting demons, going back and forth with herself. They're telling me this is wrong, and they're telling me this is this. Because I can just think about myself when I went through that. Because I didn't go to conversion therapy. That's because we don't believe in therapy, so it wasn't about to send me to a conversion therapy because it has therapy in the name. But just going through that point where I was just trying to become okay with who I was and the fact that I liked women more than I was supposed to. It was ridiculous how much I liked women, just admired, treasured women, cherished women, the thoughts, the process, all of this right now towards women instead of men. Yeah, okay, I appreciate men. I see men as fine or whatever. But it was just when it came to other things, it was just women. So am I coming out and all this other stuff with my thought process? It was just I can't see myself. I can't see God not liking me just because I'm gay. You feel me? You think about the sins that they say in the Bible, the 7 deadly sins, the 10 commandments, gay is not in that. I feel like it would have been spelled out like, hey, this is, if it was like a huge problem. It's just like, if this is how you are, this is who you are. If you're gay and you know it and you were just born this way, and it wasn't like somebody swayed you to be this way, it wasn't like you had outside sources or anything. I feel like people even now today think being gay is a choice. I don't feel like God would be like, oh, I'm gonna just disown you just because this is how you are. Like, God knows you the best. So that was something I went through when I was first trying to become aware of myself and understand myself and just these feelings and emotions, not trying to cut myself out, just just trying to think about it. So I can't even imagine. They're probably battling with that even at this big age that they are now. I can't even imagine. That definitely sucks. Because it's just like, think about if gays had straight conversion counts. Like, if gays had conversion counts, like for their, like if gay parents had straight kids and they took it to conversion counts to convert them to being gay. Like, that would be weird. Or any type of conversion camps, like fat camps. Is that the same though? Because it's like, usually it's a health reason for fat counts. But I feel like you shouldn't have to. I don't know. With fat counts, it's still a little weird too, because it's like you're isolating yourself, where you could just, put that kid in sports. Like, that's what my mom did. She put me in sports. I got a little chubby. She put me in sports. So it was just like, oh, you don't have to go to fat camp. You go to real camp and actually do activities. So yeah, I feel like that's a little weird too. I don't know. It's a lot. I couldn't imagine. I wouldn't wish that on my enemy, because it seems like it was a lot for everyone who went through that emotionally, and probably still going through it emotionally. The aftermath. Subscribe.